Lesson 1, Decor Dilemma.
Hey Anna, did you find any affordable options for curtains and light fixtures we need?
You bet, John. I think I found some great choices that won't break the bank.
Fantastic, I'm excited to see what you've come up with. Where did you end up looking?
Well, I started at a few local home stores, but then I also checked out some online retailers.
Smart move. The online stores usually have a wider selection at better prices.
Exactly. I found some really nice blackout curtains that were surprisingly inexpensive.
Ooh, blackout curtains, perfect for keeping the room nice and dark. What about the light fixtures?
For the lights, I found some sleek, modern pendant lights that would look great in the dining room.
Awesome, that'll really tie the whole space together. Did you manage to stay on budget?
I did. The curtains were super affordable, and the pendant lights were a steal.
Excellent, I'm so relieved we don't have to splurge. Decorating can get so expensive.
I know, tell me about it. But I think we found the perfect balance of quality and cost.
Agreed, this is going to look so good. I can't wait to get it all set up.
Me neither. I'm already picturing how cozy and inviting the space will feel.
Absolutely, it's going to be a total transformation. Nice work, my interior design partner.
Thank you. I'm just happy we could find such great options without blowing the budget.
Couldn't have done it without you. Now let's get shopping and get this place looking fabulous.
Lesson 2, Nourishing Conversation.
Morning, Anna. I was reading about some interesting crops that could help with food preservation.
Oh really? What did you find out? I'm always eager to learn about sustainable agriculture.
Well, did you know that peanuts and sweet potatoes are actually quite versatile when it comes to preserving food?
Fascinating. I had no idea. What makes those crops so good for food preservation?
Peanuts are high in healthy fats that act as natural preservatives, and sweet potatoes are packed with antioxidants.
Wow, that's so clever. I can see how those nutrients would help keep food fresh for longer.
Exactly. Plus, they're both relatively easy to grow and store, which is a big plus.
Definitely, that accessibility is key for making food preservation more feasible.
Absolutely. Have you ever tried growing peanuts or sweet potatoes yourself?
No, but I'd love to give it a shot. It seems like a great way to have a reliable, preserved food source.
I think you should go for it. I bet you'd have a real knack for it.
Well, with your encouragement, I just might have to try my hand at it. Where's the best place to start?
I can send you some resources on planting and caring for those crops. It's really not too complicated.
That would be amazing, thank you. I'm excited to dive in and learn more.
Wonderful, I'm happy I could spark your interest in these super nutritious and preservative-friendly crops.
Me too, this is exactly the kind of information I love learning about. Thanks for sharing your knowledge.
Anytime. Can't wait to hear how your peanut and sweet potato endeavors go.
Lesson 3, A Tale of Two Cities.
Whoa, Anna, have you ever been to New York City? I hear it's pretty amazing.
Actually, I much prefer living in Chicago. There's just something special about this city, you know?
Oh, really? What is it about Chicago that you enjoy so much? I'm curious to hear your take.
Well, for starters, the architecture here is absolutely breathtaking. The mix of modern skyscrapers and historic buildings is just stunning.
Wow, that does sound pretty cool. I've always wanted to see the famous Cloud Gate sculpture in Millennium Park.
Oh yes, the Bean. It's such a fun and iconic landmark. The city has so many great green spaces too.
That's awesome. I bet the lakefront is gorgeous. New York is pretty built up, so it'd be nice to have more nature around.
Exactly. And the food scene here is out of this world. You can find literally any type of cuisine you're craving.
That's a huge plus. I do love trying new restaurants and experiencing different cultural flavors.
For sure. And the people in Chicago are just so friendly and welcoming. It has such a vibrant community vibe.
That sounds really appealing. Maybe I need to plan a trip to check out the Windy City for myself.
You totally should. I think you'd fall in love with it. There's just something special about this place.
Alright, you've definitely piqued my interest. Chicago is moving up on my travel bucket list for sure.
Wonderful. I'd be happy to show you around if you make it out here. There's so much to explore.
Sounds like a plan. I'll have to get the details from you and start planning my Chicago adventure.
Lesson 4, Bookworm Banter.
Hello, Anna. I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
Doing well, John. I've been keeping busy finishing up a new book.
Ooh, a new book? What's it about? I'm always looking for good reading recommendations.
It's a fascinating historical fiction novel about the Renaissance era. I couldn't put it down.
Interesting. I love a good historical fiction story. What drew you to that genre?
I find the Renaissance such a captivating period in history. The art, the innovation, the intrigue, it's all so compelling.
I agree, it's a fascinating era. Have you read any other books set in that time period?
Yes, a few. But this latest one really stood out with its vivid characters and immersive storytelling.
Nice, I'll have to check it out then. I'm always on the lookout for new books to add to my reading list.
You definitely should. Let me know if you want to borrow it when I'm done. I'd be happy to pass it along.
That would be great, thanks. I'm in the mood for something engaging and thought-provoking.
Perfect, I think you'll really enjoy it. Just let me know when you're ready to give it a read.
Will do. I appreciate you thinking of me. It's been too long since we last caught up over books.
Agreed. We'll have to make time for more literary discussions soon.
Absolutely. I miss our little book club meetups. We should revive that.
Yes, let's do it. It'll be great to get back into that routine.
Sounds like a plan. I can't wait.
Lesson 5, Shopping Spree.
Hey, Anna. I'm about to go on a shopping trip. Wanna join?
Absolutely. I could use a little retail therapy myself. What's on the agenda?
Well, I need to stock up on some essentials, the usual household items and such.
Sounds good. I'm in the market for a few new outfits too. It'll be fun to browse together.
Definitely. I always enjoy having you along. You have such great style.
Thanks. I could use your input as well. Sometimes I get stuck in a rut with my wardrobe.
No problem at all. I'm happy to provide a fresh perspective. Shall we head out then?
Let's do it. I'm ready whenever you are. Lead the way, shopping partner.
Excellent. I'm envisioning a productive yet enjoyable trip. Time to hit the stores.
I'm so excited. This is going to be a fun day of retail therapy and quality time.
Couldn't agree more. It's been too long since we've done this. I've missed our shopping dates.
Me too. We'll have to make it a more regular thing. Retail and reconnecting, what could be better?
Exactly. The perfect combination. All right, shall we get started?
Absolutely. I'm right behind you. Let the shopping extravaganza begin.
Perfect. I can't wait. This is going to be a great day.
Lesson 6, Discovering New Hobbies.
Morning, Anna. I heard you've taken up a new hobby lately. Tell me more about it.
It's so exciting, John. I've started learning how to knit and I'm loving it.
Knitting, huh? That's a pretty unique hobby. What made you decide to pick that up?
Well, I was feeling a bit bored with my usual routine, so I wanted to try something new.
That's great. It's always good to shake things up and find new interests.
Exactly. And the best part is that knitting is such a relaxing and rewarding activity.
I can imagine. There's something therapeutic about working with your hands like that.
Definitely. I find it to be such a nice way to unwind after a long day.
That's awesome. I'm glad you found something that works for you.
Me too. And the best part is that anyone can learn to knit. It's such an accessible hobby.
That's really cool. Maybe I'll have to give it a try myself sometime.
You totally should. I'd be happy to teach you the basics. It's easier than it looks.
I might just take you up on that. A new hobby could be just what I need.
Wonderful. I think you'd really enjoy it. We can make it a little bonding activity.
Sounds like a plan. I'm looking forward to it. Knitting with my good friend Anna.
Me too. This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to get you started.
All right, let's do it. Time to embark on a new hobby adventure.
Lesson 7, Planning a Vacation.
Hey Anna, I'm trying to plan a vacation and could use your input. Do you have any tips?
Sure, I'd be happy to help. Where are you thinking of going?
Well, I was considering a trip to Europe, but I'm not sure where exactly. Any suggestions?
Europe is a great choice, there are so many amazing destinations. Have you thought about a specific region or country you'd like to explore?
Not really, I'm kind of open to anything. I just want to make sure I don't try to cram too much in, you know?
That's a good point. Trying to see too many places in a short time can be exhausting. Maybe a week-long trip would be a good starting point?
Yeah, I think a week should be enough to cover the major highlights without feeling rushed.
Okay, with a week, I'd recommend focusing on 1 or 2 countries, maybe somewhere like France and Italy or Germany and Austria.
Those sound like good options. What kind of things should I be sure to see and do in a week-long European trip?
Well, you'd want to hit the must-see landmarks and cultural attractions, like museums, historic sites, and famous landmarks.
That makes sense. What about the logistics? Where should I stay? How should I get around?
For a week, I'd suggest basing yourself in 1 or 2 central cities and taking day trips from there. And a mix of trains and flights can work well for getting between countries.
Okay, that's really helpful. I'm starting to get a better idea of how to structure this trip.
Fantastic. Let me know if you have any other questions as you continue planning. I'm happy to provide more tips.
Will do, thanks so much for your advice. This is giving me a great starting point.
Lesson 8, Revamping the Workplace.
Morning, Anna. I wanted to get your thoughts on how we could improve things around the office. I'm all ears, so please let me know what ideas you have.
Good morning, John. That's a great question. I've actually been thinking of a few ways we could revamp the workplace and make it more efficient and enjoyable.
Awesome, I'm really curious to hear your suggestions. What kind of improvements did you have in mind?
Well, for starters, I think we could use some updates to the physical workspace. Maybe a fresh coat of paint, some new furniture, and better lighting.
That's a good point. The office is starting to feel a bit drab and outdated. What else do you think could be improved?
I also think we could benefit from some team building activities. Things like group outings, workshops, or even just regular social events.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea. Bringing the team together in a more casual setting could really boost morale and collaboration.
Exactly. And on that note, I think we could do a better job of encouraging open communication and feedback.
Definitely. Having an environment where people feel comfortable sharing ideas and concerns is so important.
Absolutely. Maybe we could set up regular one-on-one check-ins or a suggestion box.
Those sound like great solutions. I really appreciate you taking the time to give me all these thoughtful suggestions.
Of course, I'm happy to help. Just let me know if you want to discuss any of these ideas further.
Will do. This has given me a lot to think about in terms of how we can revamp the workplace. I'm excited to get the ball rolling on some of these changes.
Lesson 9, Weekend Wanderlust.
Hey Anna, I was hoping we could chat about our upcoming weekend getaway. I'm really excited to get away for a bit.
Excellent, I've been looking forward to it too. Do you have any specific plans in mind for our little trip?
Well, I was thinking we could keep it pretty low-key and relaxing. Maybe find a cozy cabin by the lake and just unwind.
Ooh, that sounds absolutely perfect. A little nature retreat is just what we need to recharge.
Definitely. I was thinking we could pack a picnic lunch, do some hiking, and maybe even try our hand at a bit of fishing.
Fishing? Now you're speaking my language. I haven't been fishing in ages, that would be so much fun.
Great, I'm glad you're on board. I'll make sure to bring all the gear we need.
Wonderful. And we can end the evenings by the fireplace with a nice glass of wine, right?
Absolutely, that's the plan. Soon it'll just be us, the great outdoors, and a much needed escape from the daily grind.
I'm so excited, this sounds like the perfect weekend getaway. I can already feel the stress melting away.
Me too. It'll be great to have some quality time to ourselves without any distractions.
Agreed. I'm sure we'll come back feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the work week.
Definitely. This is exactly the kind of trip I've been needing. I can't wait to get out of the city for a bit.
Same here. I'm already counting down the days until we can hit the road.
Awesome, it's a plan then. This is going to be an amazing weekend, I can just feel it.
Lesson 10, Outdoor Adventure Awaits.
Morning, Anna. I've been thinking about our upcoming weekend trip and I've got some exciting ideas I want to run by you.
Ooh, do tell. I'm all ears. This weekend getaway has me feeling giddy with anticipation.
Well, I was thinking we could ditch the city and head somewhere with a bit more nature. How does a cozy cabin by a lake sound?
Oh, that sounds absolutely dreamy. I love the idea of escaping the hustle and bustle for a peaceful retreat.
Exactly. And we can pack a picnic basket, do some hiking, maybe even try our hand at a bit of fishing.
Fishing? Now you're speaking my language. I haven't been in ages. That would be such a fun activity.
I thought you might be excited about that. And of course, we can end the evenings relaxing by the fireplace with a nice glass of wine.
Heaven! This trip is shaping up to be exactly what the doctor ordered. I can already feel the stress melting away.
Me too. It'll be so nice to have some quality time together without any distractions or obligations.
Absolutely. This is going to be the perfect little weekend getaway. I'm counting down the days already.
Same here. Soon it'll just be us, the great outdoors, and a much needed escape from the daily grind.
I can't wait. This sounds like it's going to be an amazing trip, one for the books, for sure.
Definitely. I have a feeling we're going to come back feeling refreshed and recharged.
Totally. This is exactly the kind of adventure I've been craving. I'm so excited, John.
Awesome, I'm glad you're as pumped as I am. This is going to be a weekend to remember, I just know it.
Lesson 11, Negotiating a Fair Split.
Alright, Anna, let's talk about this business deal. I've been reviewing the numbers and I've got a proposal for you.
Okay, I'm listening. What have you got in mind, John?
Well, I was hoping we could do a 60 to 40 split in your favor. What do you think about that?
I was actually hoping for more of a 50-50 split. That feels like the fairest way to go.
I understand where you're coming from, but I've done the calculations and I really think 60 to 40 is the way to go here.
I'm not sure I'm totally sold on that. We were hoping for a more even 50-50 split, to be honest.
I know. But the way I see it, my contribution is worth a bit more in this venture. 60 to 40 is the best I can do.
I'm a little disappointed to hear that. We were really hoping for that 50-50 arrangement. Can we at least meet in the middle at 55 to 45?
Alright. You drive a hard bargain, Anna. But okay, I can live with a 55 to 45 split if that's what it takes to get this deal done.
Wonderful. I'm glad we could find a compromise that works for both of us. 55 to 45 it is then.
Sounds good. I'm happy we were able to come to an agreement that we're both satisfied with.
Me too. It's important we're both happy with the terms, otherwise this partnership won't work.
Absolutely. This 55 to 45 split is fair, and I think it sets us up for success moving forward.
Definitely. I'm excited to get this venture off the ground. Thanks for being so reasonable, John.
Of course. Communication and compromise are key. I'm glad we could find that sweet spot.
Absolutely. This is going to be a great partnership, I just know it. I can't wait to get started.
Me neither. Alright, let's do this. 55 to 45, it is.
Lesson 12, Searching for Unique Treasures.
Yo, Anna. I just stumbled upon this amazing antique shop and I think you're going to love it.
Ooh, really? What kind of unique treasures did you find, John?
All sorts of vintage knickknacks, rare collectibles, and one-of-a-kind curiosities. You've got to come check it out with me.
That sounds right up my alley. I'm always on the hunt for those hidden gems that nobody else has.
Exactly. I knew you'd be into it. There's this old music box that I think you'd absolutely adore.
Ooh, a music box? I'm intrigued. What kind of tunes does it play?
It's got this beautiful, melancholic melody that just transports you back in time. I can't stop listening to it.
Oh, I have to hear this for myself. When can we go check out this magical little shop?
How about right now? I'm dying to show you all the unique treasures I discovered.
Sounds perfect. Let's go on a treasure hunt, John. I can't wait to see what other gems we uncover.
Me neither. This is going to be so much fun. I have a good feeling we're going to find something really special.
I'm sure of it. With your eye for the unique and my love of the rare and unusual, we make the perfect treasure hunting duo.
Absolutely. Alright, let's get going. Adventure awaits, my friend.
Lead the way, John. I'm right behind you, ready to uncover some one-of-a-kind treasures.
This is going to be epic. I can already tell this is going to be an adventure we'll never forget.
Lesson 13, Spotting VIPs.
Pust, Anna, come check this out. I think I just spotted a VIP walking by.
Ooh, really? Who is it? I love a good celebrity sighting.
I'm not sure, but they look pretty important. They have that air of authority and confidence about them.
Interesting. What makes you think they're a VIP? I'm curious to hear your observations.
Well, for one, they're dressed impeccably in a tailored suit and they're surrounded by a small entourage.
Ah, I see. The entourage is a dead giveaway that they're probably someone significant.
Exactly. And the way they're walking, with purpose and purpose, it just screams important person.
Haha, you're right, John. The body language and the whole aura around them is very VIP-ish.
Yeah, I wonder who they could be. Some kind of high-powered executive or politician, maybe?
Ooh, the plot thickens. Let's see if we can figure out their identity without being too obvious about it.
Good idea. I'm curious to see if we can crack this little mystery.
Alright, let's put on our sleuthing caps and see what we can uncover about this elusive VIP.
I'm game. This is like a real-life game of celebrity spotting. I love it.
Me too. Okay, let's keep an eye on them and see if we can pick up any more clues.
You got it. This is going to be so much fun. I can already tell.
Definitely. I have a feeling we're in for an exciting adventure.
Agreed. Alright, let's do this. VIP hunting time.
Lesson 14, Time Tracking Tips.
Hey Anna, have you heard of any good time tracking tools? I'm trying to be more efficient with my workday.
Oh, that's a great idea, John. Yes, there are a few really useful time tracking apps out there. Have you tried Toggle or Rescue Time?
No, I haven't heard of those. What do they do exactly?
Well, Toggle is a simple and intuitive time tracking app. You can easily log your tasks and projects, and it even has reporting features to show you where your time is being spent.
Ooh, that sounds really handy. And what about rescue time? How does that one work?
Rescue Time is cool because it runs in the background and automatically tracks your computer and mobile usage. It can give you detailed analytics on your productivity.
Wow, that's awesome. I love the idea of having that kind of data to analyze my work habits.
Exactly. It can be really eye-opening to see where you're spending your time and where you might be able to improve.
For sure. I'm definitely going to check out both Toggle and Rescue Time. Any other time tracking tips you can share?
Let me think. Oh, one thing that's been helpful for me is setting time limits for tasks. That way, you stay focused and on track.
Oh, good call. I tend to get sucked into things and lose track of time. Time limits would really help with that.
Totally. And don't forget to take regular breaks too. It's all about finding that right balance between productivity and burnout prevention.
Excellent point. I'll make sure to build in some time for breaks as well. This is all super helpful, Anna. Thanks so much.
Of course, happy to share. Just let me know if you have any other questions as you start experimenting with these time tracking tools.
Will do. I'm excited to get more organized and efficient. This is going to make a big difference.
I'm sure it will. Good luck, John. Let me know how it goes.
Will do. Alright, time to get my time management game on point.
Lesson 15, Planning a NYC Trip.
Yo Anna, I'm thinking of taking a trip to New York City. You wanna join?
Ooh, that sounds amazing. I'd love to. When were you thinking of going?
I was hoping to head out next month if possible. Does that work with your schedule?
Let me check my calendar. Yeah, next month should be perfect. I don't have any major commitments then.
Sweet. Okay, so we'll need to figure out flights and accommodations. Any preferences on when we should fly?
Well, I'd say the earlier, the better to maximize our time there. Maybe we could look at flights for the first weekend of the month.
Good call. I'll start looking into airfare for that time frame. And for hotels, any neighborhoods you had in mind?
Ooh, I've always wanted to stay in Brooklyn. Somewhere near the waterfront would be amazing.
Brooklyn, huh? Sounds like a plan. I'll see what I can find for cool Airbnbs or boutique hotels in that area.
Awesome, this is getting me so excited. I can't wait to explore the city with you.
Me neither. I'm thinking we should make a list of all the must-see sites and restaurants we want to hit up.
Definitely. I can start doing some research on the top attractions, hidden gems, and foodie spots.
Perfect. We'll divvy up the planning so it's not all on one of us. This is gonna be epic.
For sure. I'm already daydreaming about the food, the culture, the energy of New York. It's gonna be the trip of a lifetime.
Totally. Alright, let's get to work on booking this thing. I'll keep you posted on the flight and hotel options.
Sounds good. I'm so pumped. This is gonna be amazing, John. Can't wait.
Same here. Okay, time to start making this NYC dream a reality.
Lesson 16, Discussing Search Warrants.
Yo Anna, did you know that the police need a special permission called a search warrant to search your home?
Really? I didn't realize that. What exactly is a search warrant and why is it required?
A search warrant is a legal document issued by a judge that authorizes law enforcement to conduct a search of a specific location.
Ah, I see. So it's to protect people from having their homes or property searched without good reason?
Exactly. The Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution gives people the right to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures.
That makes sense. So a search warrant is the way the police can legally carry out a search if they have probable cause.
Precisely. They have to demonstrate to a judge that there's sufficient evidence to believe a crime has been committed and evidence may be found at that location.
Wow, I didn't realize there were so many legal protections around police searches. That's really good to know.
For sure. The search warrant requirement is an important safeguard against abuse of power by law enforcement.
Absolutely. It ensures people's privacy and property rights are respected, while still allowing police to investigate crimes.
Yup, it strikes a careful balance. The system may have its flaws, but the search warrant rule is a vital part of our civil liberties.
I agree. It's reassuring to know our constitutional rights include that kind of protection against arbitrary searches.
Definitely. It's a good example of how the law tries to find a reasonable middle ground between public safety and individual freedoms.
Fascinating stuff. I'm glad we got to discuss the purpose and importance of search warrants. Really insightful.
Me too. Always good to learn more about our legal system and the reasoning behind key procedures like this.
Totally. Thanks for taking the time to explain it all so clearly, John. I feel a lot more informed now.
Happy to do it. Discussions like this are a great way for both of us to strengthen our understanding.
Lesson 17, Discussing an Insightful Event.
Yo Anna, did you catch that event we were both at earlier? Thought it was pretty informative.
Absolutely. I really enjoyed the event so far. What did you find most insightful about it?
Well, I thought the panel discussion on emerging technologies was particularly fascinating.
Ooh, yes, that part was super interesting. The experts had such great insights to share.
Definitely. I loved how they were able to break down some complex topics in an accessible way.
Me too. It really opened my eyes to some of the exciting possibilities, as well as potential challenges.
For sure. They did a great job highlighting both the benefits and the ethical considerations.
Absolutely. It's important to look at new tech from all angles, not just the upsides.
Exactly. I'm glad they tackled some of the tricky societal implications as well.
Agreed. That's what made it such an enriching event, the balanced, thoughtful approach.
Totally. I also enjoyed the networking sessions. Got to meet a lot of interesting people.
Same here. Always great to connect with others who share similar interests and passions.
Definitely. Conversations like that can lead to all sorts of rewarding collaborations.
Absolutely. I'm already looking forward to seeing what comes out of this event down the line.
Me too. The organizers really pulled together an engaging and impactful program.
They sure did. I'm glad we both got so much value out of attending.
Same here. Events like this are such a great way to expand our horizons.
Couldn't agree more. Really happy we got the chance to be a part of it.
For sure. Glad we could discuss our key takeaways from the event.
Lesson 18, Offering Assistance.
Say, Anna, you seemed a bit stressed earlier. Everything all right?
Oh, hey John. To be honest, I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed with this project.
I see. Well, if you need any further assistance, feel free to ask. I'd be happy to lend a hand.
That's really kind of you. I could definitely use some help brainstorming ideas.
No problem at all. Why don't we grab a coffee and map out the next steps together?
That sounds perfect. I'd really appreciate the chance to bounce ideas off you.
Great! I know this can be a challenging project, but I'm confident we can tackle it.
Me too. I'm glad we have each other to lean on and work through this collaboratively.
Absolutely. Two heads are better than one, as they say.
Definitely. I feel a lot better knowing I don't have to go it alone on this.
Well, you know I'm always here if you need an extra set of eyes or a sounding board.
That means a lot, John. I really do enjoy working with you on these kinds of things.
Likewise, we make a pretty great team when we put our heads together.
We sure do. I feel like we balance each other out really well.
Agreed. Now, let's dive in and see how we can make this project a success, shall we?
Yes, let's do it. I'm ready to tackle this with your support.
Excellent. I'm confident we're going to enjoy the process and deliver something great.
Lesson 19, Communicating Openly.
Morning, Anna. Can I talk to you about something?
Absolutely, John. What's on your mind?
Well, I've noticed we've had a few minor hiccups in our workflow lately.
I've noticed that too. I think open communication is key to working through any issues.
Completely agree. I wanted to bring it up so we can address it proactively.
I appreciate you raising this. It shows you're invested in making our partnership stronger.
Definitely. I value our collaboration and want to ensure we're on the same page.
Me too. Why don't you share your thoughts on where you think we can improve?
Well, I noticed a few instances where instructions got mixed up or deadlines were missed.
Yes, I can see how that could create some friction. What do you think we can do?
I was thinking we could implement a more structured communication plan.
That's a great idea. Regular check-ins and clearly defined responsibilities could help.
Exactly. I'm happy to put together a proposal if you'd like.
Please do. I think that will go a long way in smoothing out our workflow.
Awesome. I'm confident we can find a solution that works for both of us.
I agree. I'm glad we're addressing this now before it becomes a bigger issue.
As am I, open and honest communication is the foundation of a successful partnership.
Couldn't agree more, John. I appreciate you taking the initiative on this.
Of course. I'm here to support you and ensure we're both set up for success.
Lesson 20, Recalling Memories.
Hey Anna, have you ever wondered how our memory works?
That's a fascinating topic, John. I'm always curious to learn more about memory and cognition.
Same here. Cognitive psychologists have done a lot of research on how we remember things.
Absolutely. From what I understand, memory is a complex process involving different systems.
Exactly. There's short-term memory, long-term memory, and everything in between.
MHM and the way we encode, store, and retrieve information is quite fascinating.
Definitely. I read that the way we organize memories can impact how well we recall them.
Interesting. So things like associations, patterns, and context play a big role?
Yes. Our brains seem to thrive on making connections and building mental frameworks.
That makes a lot of sense. No wonder mnemonic devices and memory palaces are so effective.
Absolutely. The mind is like a powerful computer, but one we're still trying to fully understand.
Absolutely. There's still so much to uncover about the intricacies of human memory.
Definitely. It's an area of study that keeps cognitive psychologists busy and curious.
I agree. I find it amazing how our brains can store and retrieve such vast amounts of information.
Me too. It really speaks to the incredible capabilities of the human mind.
Definitely. I'm always eager to learn more about the science behind memory and cognition.
Same here. It's a fascinating field with so many implications for how we learn and grow.
Agreed. I'm glad we got to discuss this interesting topic. There's always more to explore.
Absolutely. I'm sure we'll have many more engaging conversations about the mind and memory.